Holy smokes, everyone. Y'all need to go watch this anime because I haven't been so hyped to watch a first episode of an anime in a while. Now, the anime we're talking about today is The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady. And our goated MC, Anis, aka the Marauder Princess as she has been nicknamed, is an absolute joy to watch. She reminds me of another one of my favorite characters, Chisato from Lycoris Recoil, and how she's carefree, lives for herself, doesn't have a care in the world, and doesn't care what other people really think of her. And I really like to see that in characters. You know, a lot of characters are super serious, and we need a little bit of joy and fun every once in a while. And when we first see her, she is surrounded by a bunch of wolves in this forest, and we got this random NPC character who was trying to be the hero and go and save her. And, well, yeah, but it didn't really work out so well for him because she literally just stopped him in his tracks and is like, yo, bozo, I can handle this, and don't be stealing my stuff, okay? And she just absolutely annihilates and just cuts up these wolves with a magical sword or magical knife that she made. Absolutely shredded them like they were paper mache. Actually pretty impressive because later in the episode they did say that it isn't even possible to do it with a sword. So not only is she just fun to watch and carefree, she is also kind of a baddie where she just like can handle herself. But with that being said, her being carefree does come at a cost of someone else. Now, I could be wrong, but this is what I'm getting out of the first episode at least, and their relationships with other characters, that she has a brother named Algard. I am terrible with pronouncing names, I'm sorry. And, yeah, he's kind of a jerk, I'm not gonna lie. Nah, actually, he is just straight up a jerk. But I can somewhat understand his mindset and his situation, because he is engaged to our deuteragonist, Euphilia Magenta. And honestly, I like her. I don't think she's a bad character, and she definitely doesn't deserve the stuff that she was going through in the first episode, because our, jerkhead here does not want to get engaged with her, because he actually is in love with someone else. And, like, I can get that, being engaged to somebody you don't really love, I'm sure that would be a crappy situation to be in. And so he tries to call it off. He does it in just a demonic way by framing her to be a bad person and literally trying to get everybody to turn on her. Honestly, that was getting to me too. Like, I wasn't gonna cry, but I was like, yo, bro, like, chill, dude. You don't need to be like this. It honestly reminded me of the scenes from My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, and I'm the villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. How the same situation. I feel like there's a better way to go about this and getting their engagement canceled, but this guy's just psychotic mind is just telling him, hey, let me just try to ruin this girl's life for absolutely, like, no reason. But I get the feeling of a lot of jealousy between him and Anis, because, like I said, she is a carefree person, and the reason she is able to be carefree is that she was supposed to be the heir to the throne, but she decided to give it up. So now her brother has to be the heir of the throne. And with that, comes a lot of responsibilities that he was not really trying to sign up for at all. So I can understand why he'd be a little bit stressed. In a not so great mood a lot of the times. But don't get me wrong, I'm not justifying his actions. Still a scumbag, still a piece of crap, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he isn't. And I really like the tone shifts in this anime. When it needs to be suspenseful and a little bit more serious, it does that really well. Halfway through the episode, it felt like a totally different anime compared to the start of it, where you get to see Anis just be herself, and then towards the middle of the episode where you get to see Euphilia's side of her perspective with everything, and it just gets a lot more suspenseful and serious and a little bit eerie. So it really did feel like a different anime at certain times. And then at the very end of the episode, it went from a very serious moment of him trying to, like I said, frame her for bad things, and then you just see Anis crashing down while she was flying with a broom, and it goes from, man, dude, you're just feeling bad for Euphilia, to, okay, yep, I saw that coming, but still, it's pretty funny regardless. Also, at the very end of the episode, what really got me hooked on this, besides all the things that are great about this series, is that it is indeed a Yuri story. And I personally love me some Yuri, so, getting more Yuri series is an absolute W to me because we don't really have a whole ton of them, at least anime-wise. Judging from the first episode, I don't think this is going to be a very serious Yuri. Yeah, really hyping this anime up a lot, and literally only the first episode is out, but that's just really how strong it hit me, honestly. So that right there is all my thoughts on the first episode of the Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady. Absolute joy to watch, and I'm looking forward to more.